Hi everyone, welcome once again to High Performance by the Word. I'm your host, Pastor Hpbtw. Remember, we've been looking at value creation, the importance of creating value. If you're not creating value, that means you're losing relevance. If you're creating value, then you're becoming more relevant. And we've also looked at setting key fundamental knowledge need areas that help us generate value. And you know, we're not just talking about value, we're talking about generating maximum value. And that is why we're talking about high performance. For high performance is all about maximum value creation. Just about now, we'll go on a short break. And when we come back, I'll continue with our topic for today. Welcome back from the break. With me on set today is Mrs. Linda Egbonu. She's a very senior human resources stroke management consultant, and she'll be joining me on set today. And with her, we'll be looking at a very, very key fundamental knowledge need area in enabling organizations, not just organizations, governments, nations, individuals, and groups of people achieve and generate maximum value. What are we looking at today? We're looking at vision. Welcome to the show, Mrs. Linda Egbonu.
Thank you, Pastor, for inviting me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, vision is one very important word you hear on the lips of people, but not many really understand what vision is and why vision is so important. So what is the definition of vision, and why is vision so important?
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you.
For vision, many people talk about it, but like you said, they don't really actually understand what vision means. You could say that vision is like a dream,
Yes.
but it's a dream that has a purpose. It's a dream that states where you want to be, your objective, what you want to do, how you want to achieve, what you want to achieve. And most often it's, or always, it's futuristic. Because it's a dream, it's not something that is happening now. It's something that you are looking up to, that you want to achieve. And we hear about vision bearers, those who bear vision. So if it's in an organization, most probably the management team might not be the initiators of the vision. The vision, especially if it's a government organization, would have been before they come in.
Yes.
So if it's a business, the owner of the business has a vision. So if it's a country, of course the president and his team has a vision. So vision is what you want to achieve, the objectives you want to achieve in anything you're doing. It doesn't matter whether it's in your marital life, in your business, in your job. And for organizations, they have organizational vision, which is usually stated. But individuals come into an organization with their own personal vision.
Yes.
So, and because your vision drives you, so you find Mr. ABC in an organization, he came in with his own organization, there's an organizational vision that is stated, probably explained or not explained, but if he's not properly directed, he'll be working with his own vision.
Wow.
So vision drives an individual. It drives you, makes you do the things you want to do.
Yes.
So when you see people just going up and down, most probably they don't have a vision.
Wow. There was something you mentioned now. You said people can come into an organization and running their own vision.
Yes.
And not necessarily the vision of the organization.
Yes.
But why is this the case for some people and some organizations?
Yes, if an organizational management does not see the need to communicate the vision properly, because just like I said, it could have been stated before the man came in. So the vision bearer sees the vision. It's a picture, it's a dream, but the bearer sees it. And for you to make people to work with that vision, you must paint the same picture for the individual. He must see it and accept it. If he doesn't see it and doesn't accept it, he wouldn't work with it. So it is the job of an organizational management to make sure that every individual in that organization understands the vision and would run with the vision. And of course, they put things in place for you to achieve the vision.
Wow. You know, sometimes you walk into an organization and you see in different plaques and corners of the organization, you see the vision statement.
Yeah.
Is that enough in helping those who come to work in the organization internalize the vision of the organization, or there's more to helping individual staff and workers in an organization run with the vision of the organization?
It's not enough. It's not enough because you state your objective. It's not enough for the other man who didn't know what you intended to do. Just reading the words, they don't make meaning.
Yes.
They must be internalized. And there are systems and processes of making employees internalize a vision. Most often you communicate it in clear terms. We hold trainings and seminars to communicate it and say, why is this way and why is that way? For instance, some of the public sector organizations that have been established here, even in Nigeria or anywhere else, the person who established it must have been gone many years ago. But he had a vision.
Yes.
The vision can change anyway. The vision can change because if it's an objective, that means if it's achieved, you move up.
Yes.
So also with small business, you could start with a little vision and then you move, but it's futuristic.
Yes.
And sometimes you put steps that will drive you to that long-term achievement that you want to achieve. But you must bring the team together and communicate it and make sure that they accept it, and that's the only way they can run with it. If you remember in the Bible, even Jesus, he came with a vision. And that vision he had is what directed all that he did. In the Word of God, we knew about what he came to do.
Yes.
But he knew exactly what he was going to do. And in spite of all the temptation, in spite of all the things that were said, the disciples, the prophecy that he came as a politician, it didn't deter him because he had a clear vision of what he came to do. Yes. So we usually say that the man with a vision is unstoppable.
Wow.
You can't stop him.
Wow.
So also if you have individuals working for you and they understand the vision, you can't stop them. Wow. They will work towards achieving that vision.
Wow. So that means, simply put, if you do not have a vision, whether in government, as a nation, as an organization, or even as an individual, you will run amiss.
You will definitely run amiss. You will just be beating, like they will say, beating about the bush. You will just be going, okay, if it goes well, if it doesn't go. But when you have a vision, then you will have a plan to achieve that vision. Because vision is not just enough to have vision.
Yes.
Visions have timelines. They have strategies. They have a way that you're going to achieve them. You know, you don't just write it on the wall. If you even see where organizations write vision, they also write a mission.
That is true.
Yes. And they will go back and have a strategy. They have work plans. They have monthly plans. They have, you know, if they have departments, they have departmental plans, divisional plans. So everybody is keen into that one goal, one objective. Everything that you do in that organization is pointing you to that. As long as it doesn't point you to that, you wouldn't be achieving. You might be achieving, but not achieving your vision.
Your vision. And that means wherever the wind of change blows you to, that's where you go to.
Yeah.
I want to look at this very closely. Someone once said, in simple terms, it says, vision is the ability to see. Then he went ahead to say, the ability to see effectively, to navigate yourself through the changing times in order to actualizing your anticipated future goal. So that means vision is the ability to see.
Yes.
And that means if you do not have vision, you do not have sight.
No.
So can you just throw some more?
It's the ability to see. For instance, if I'm a small business owner, or even I want to establish a business now, if I do not see that my business tomorrow, next tomorrow, I'm not going to be directed on what to do. So the vision, you must see clearly. Even if you want to do anything in life, Pastor, even if you want to get married, you must be able to see the woman before you go out to pick the woman. You must have a mental picture of who you are looking for, what you want. That will direct you in searching. So it's a picture that most often is not tangible yet, but you must see. And great men and women are those who have vision.
Wow.
If you don't have vision for 2019.
So did you hear that? Great men and women are those who have vision. We'll be going on a short break now, and when we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. God bless you. So, the right information helps to what? Build knowledge. Having the right knowledge builds what? Capacity. Capacity does what? Generates what? Value. And when value is generated, you become relevant. So one of the major challenges in our world today is value generation. Are you catching this? Value generation. When we say value generation, what is value? Simply put, value is your competitive essence. Value is your competitive essence. It's your competitive essence. It is what gives you ability to compete. It will be something you've developed. It will be something that is unique to you but stands you out. Do you understand? It gives you advantage. It gives you quality. It gives you value. It makes you wanted. In sports today, why do we have certain persons that have become high up there at that level? All they've succeeded in doing is generating enough value to produce relevance. So you find that in certain sports, people negotiate their wages, while some others, they are handed their wages. In life, until you begin to negotiate your wages, you've not yet started adding value. As long as someone can determine what to pay you, not gain relevance. Are you hearing me? So the challenge is the value challenge. Is the value challenge. How do I generate more value? How do I increase my competitive essence? What do I need to do? There are certain knowledge need important key. They are pivotal, they are foundational. Knowledge needs. Remember what I said at the beginning. I said information gives knowledge. Is that not right? Knowledge builds what? Capacity. Capacity generates what? And value produces what? Relevance.
Are you interested to know the importance of your words? How to activate the creative power in your words? How to say the right thing at the right time? Find out in this insightful masterpiece by Pastor Chris. Discover the principle of creation and recreation.
If you're going to live the true life that God has given to you, you must line up with the Word of God. This is where the ministry of the Spirit of God is indispensable, because it's the Spirit that actually knows the codes. Hear this. You can't just prophesy. You're going to prophesy as He commands you. You need the code. God, I need the sound code. I need the sound code. Hallelujah. I I need the sound code. Once you have the sound code and you give it, creation will respond to you. Glory to God.
Tap into the wealth of divine principles and live in the future of your dreams as you learn the workable principle of sound code and the Spirit. This message is now available on DVD in a 2 volumes and 4-part series. To place your order, kindly call the following numbers now showing on the screen, or you can visit www.christembassyonlinestore.org or download through the Pastor Chris Digital Library app, available on Google Play Store and Apple iStore. You will be glad you did.
Welcome back. We still have Mrs. Linda Egbonu, a human resources management consultant. She's been talking to us about vision, and she made a very important point. She said, great men and women run with vision. And I would just like us to let her to expatiate further on that. You made mention of great men and women run with vision.
Yes, Pastor. In Proverbs 29:18, the Bible says, where there is a vision, the people are unrestrained.
Wow.
Where there is a vision, you can't stop
Yes.
the person. Because he sees, you standing by the way might not see what he's seeing.
Yes.
But he has a picture of what he's seeing, and he works towards achieving them. And that's why he's unstoppable. And that's why sometimes in achieving the vision, there might be things on the way that could deter you, want to deter you. But because you have seen something and you know where you're going, you most often, you see high-performing individuals work and strive towards that, because there is a picture they are seeing.
Yes.
There is the me that I'm seeing, or the business that I'm seeing, that some other person is not seeing. So that's why they're unstoppable.
Wow. From what we've been sharing so far, it's dawning on me that if a man or woman or an organization or even a nation or government doesn't have a vision, then that means they are doomed to fail.
Yes, Pastor.
And also, I also recall that while we were talking earlier on, you made mention of things that indicated vision can be short-term.
Yes.
It can be long-term.
Yes, Pastor.
Can you?
Yes,
explain
you could have a vision that is annual. You could have a 5-year vision, and your vision could be expanded. It could be in phases. You do this, and then you. But ultimately, there is an end. And when you get there, of course, you dream higher, because it's not static. It's not static. It could be changed by technology. Things could happen that will make you to re-strategize and look at your vision again. Things, if it's a business, if you were, for instance, those who were producing, there are certain things that if you were producing, like the cassettes we have, and you see organizations begin to change. And when they change that like that, they draft a new vision. They've seen something new. They've seen something else they should do. So they draft a new vision. So vision is not static. It's not static at all. It could be expanded. It could be changed. It could be long. It could be short. Long, I mean, is in terms of years.
Yes.
Yes.
So someone cannot just have, this is my vision for life. Is it possible to have, like you find some organizations say, we want to be the #1 producer of so and so. You look at their vision statement to be the #1 in this industry,
Yes.
to be amongst the top 5 or the top 10.
Yes.
And for several years running sometimes even 20 years or more, you still find that as the vision statement.
Yes. It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible to run that long with that same vision. But sometimes if you want to be #5, after 50 years, you're still number 5. Something is wrong. You might later want to be number 1.
Yes.
You might later want to be. And remember, Pastor, that is the individuals in the organization.
Yes.
So if you've seen a vision 20 years ago,
Yes.
and some other team come in, and they feel that this vision has to be expanded or improved upon, they do that because it's vision is not dead. It's life.
Yes.
It's alive, and that's why you work on it. So it's not static.
Is there a relationship, like someone is watching us now and is wondering, is vision the same thing as purpose or goal? Like someone say, this is my goal in life, or this is my purpose in life. Can someone say this? Are they related?
They are related,
yes.
but when it comes to the vision, is like the totality. The goal, of course, you set goals to achieve them.
Yes.
Yes. So, but the vision is the totality of what you see. But the goals you could set, as you achieve one, you move to the next. As you achieve, most goals is you can't have just one goal.
Okay.
It will be one vision, but the goals you set to achieve your ultimate end.
Yes.
Where you're going.
So these goals are like milestones.
Yes, they are
in
like
your
milestones.
journey.
Yes.
Towards actualizing vision.
And they are measurable. You know that goals
Yes.
are measurable. So most often you have timelines that you can measure your goal. Oh, my goal for this period, you measure. Have I achieved that? And that is taking you closer.
Yes.
So every day you're getting closer to what you want to become. Like Pastor will always say, what we are today is what we saw yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, the picture of me that I saw yesterday is what I am today. So, and that's why we say we're going somewhere.
All right.
You are going somewhere. So by the goals you set, the objectives you set, you are going somewhere to that vision of you that you have seen.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Another question that comes to mind now, sometimes people feel when you're talking about vision, you're limiting it to probably organizations. Sometimes people don't even think that a nation per se should function by a vision. Then outside of that, even in churches sometimes, you find it, some churches find it strange to talk about the vision. Vision, can a church have a vision?
Definitely. Definitely. A church, it will be absurd to have a church that doesn't have a vision. So what will you be doing?
No, because some of them feel our vision is God's vision. What else do you want me to say? God has set up the church. He has called us to preach the gospel. So our vision is to preach the gospel.
Yes. That's the ultimate vision, to preach
Yes.
the gospel. But even in that vision of God, you must lay it down. You must digest it. You must communicate it. People must understand it. It's not just to preach the gospel. That's not the only reason why the church is established. That's not the only
For example, in a ministry like ours, our vision is taking God's divine presence to the ends of the earth, demonstrating the character of the Spirit.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But you find that some churches sometimes wonder. I thought the vision of every church is to preach the gospel.
The gospel.
Why do you now have this vision that you have clearly stated and you communicate to everyone who comes into the organization? You try to internalize it. Why is that so important for a church? I thought the vision of a church is to preach the gospel.
And if you look at our church, because of the vision that we have, that is why we do the things that we do, away from what others do.
Yes.
That's why we are into partnership. We do so many things. That's why you see our churches all over the world, because our vision is saying we'll get all over the world.
Yes.
So if you are in your church, you don't have a vision to get all over, you can't follow the vision of another church. And that's why we're saying that if you don't have a vision, whether you is a church, organization, an individual, you are directionless. You just go bit about. Oh, if they are doing this in this church, I think I want to do that. Oh, they are this way today. I want to be that. Because you have no picture of where you want to be or where you are going.
Wow.
But when you have a vision, it drives everything that you do. And it's like it's aligning The same way you communicate to everybody in the church,
Wow.
the same way you communicate in the same way a nation does too.
Yes.
Because if we don't know the vision of our country, of course, we will do whatever we want.
Very, very important. You heard what Mrs. Linda Egbonu said. Without vision, you're walking like a blind man because vision guides your actions. Vision guides your decisions. So it's important to have a vision. You cannot just have a general vision. There has to be the vision that guides the several activities you are going to carry out in achieving success and creating maximum value. That means without vision, you cannot create maximum value. Thank you very much. You know, there are some other aspects of vision that we probably cannot finish in this, exhausting this episode. Strategy, for example. Strategy is always connected to vision. So in the next episodes, we're going to be looking at strategy as it relates to actualizing vision. So I invite you, join us for the next episode. I'll still be with Mrs. Linda Egbonu. I'll be looking at another aspect to this topic we're talking about. We'll be looking at strategy, actualizing vision by adopting the right and effective strategy. Looking forward to seeing you again. God bless you. Welcome to Performance Corner. Here we talk about a particular word or topic that you need to go home with. And today we're going to be looking at the word vision. What is vision? Vision is your anticipated future goal. It is what you want to become, what you want to actualize, what you want to be as an individual, as a group, as an organization, as a nation, even as a government. Without vision, you cannot see. Without vision, you cannot plan. Vision is very important because vision helps to guide your activities. Vision helps to plan your strategy. Vision helps to streamline your movement. Vision helps to set you on course without distractions, regardless of the changes in time, changes in policies, changes in the economy. It keeps you on course, and it keeps you focused, and it enables you achieve your goals, whether short-term or long-term. Vision is very, very important. Without vision, you will function without direction or course. The Bible says, without vision, the people cast off restraint. Vision is so very important. If you do not have a vision, ensure you sit down and ask yourself, what do I really want to achieve? Whether as a person, whether as an organization, whether as a people, what exactly are we set up for? What do I want to achieve? What do I want to become? You must have a vision because your vision enables you to see. Your vision guides you, and that is why it is the vision. God bless you.